Hark! A wild FM20 video appears. We've got a big match against Derby County in a very trying Journeyman season. Coming up after the intro. And yes, welcome to finally another Journeyman video. I'm sorry it's taken me so long to get here, but as you can see, I've got some new gear, and that's kind of been distracting me for a while now. Well, not really that long. I've got a lot of things going on. I'm sorry. Basically, I'm sorry. That's it. And I apologize if I sound funny with the new mic. The EQ settings, I'm still trying to get the hang of them because this mic, obviously, it's the Rode Procaster, which is a fantastic dynamic microphone. It's very different than the previous headset mic I was using, and the EQ is just got to come at it from a different direction. But anyway, let's talk about football, right? So what a weird season this has been for me as an FM player. I don't think I've had this much difficulty playing FM since I first started playing FM, just because of the various aspects of it, or at least various aspects affecting the team, I should say. And then on top of that, we're really not doing that bad, all of those things considered. So one of the funny things that literally just happened in the last game week or two is that they lowered our salary even more. Previously, when we started the save, they were allowing us 18 million, and then they dropped it to 16 before the first game week even happened. And then literally in the last game week, they said, you know what? We're dropping payroll another 2 million. 2 million off of payroll. So now we're down to 14,030. How? What am I going to be able to do? I can't do anything. But as you can see, Sunderland is still hurting. Still hurting. So far this season, we're at a 4.5 million loss. And this month, we had $165,000 down the drain. And I'm just saying dollars because I have all my saves set to dollars. It's what I started FM20. I normally have them in pounds, but I just forgot to do all that work, and I'm too lazy to change now. Anyway, so still a monetary situation going on here. But let's take a look at the season since the last video. The last video was here against Middlesbrough in a derby match, and we won that 2-0. And the season has kind of been, I wouldn't say up and down, but it's kind of been a little up and down in a level plane, so to speak. You can see we've got quite a few draws, quite a few wins, and actually only 2 losses. So all of our points, excuse me, all of our points being dropped through draws. And most of these draws are through some of the higher level teams that I frankly don't think we should have drawn against. We should have outright lost. And so I'm content with that. Today will be a big challenge. As you can see, we're playing Derby. That's in first. And Derby is a very tough team in this season's championship. Let's look at the table. Derby County, Nottingham first, up top, tied in points. Then Fulham, then Brentford, then Swansea, then Sunderland. We're in the playoff spots, but we literally just snuck up there, and we're there on goal difference above Leeds. Reading, Barnsley, Huddersfield, and weirdly enough, Middlesbrough have gone quite downhill. They were 13th when we played them in the Derby match in the last episode, and now they're 15th. So not that they're going fully downhill, but they're just not going up, whereas we have climbed the table. And as I said at the beginning of this particular season, I'm not entirely unhappy if we don't make it to the Premier League because this whole team needs a washing out. But therein lies a problem. Let's take a look at players. So formation-wise, I've kind of gone back. I'm not doing a 4-4-1-1 because I found out the hard way I don't really have enough AMCs or quality AMCs to affect the game. So I'm changed it to this. What you see in front of you is a 4-1-4-1. And it's been doing really well. You can see we've won 4 of our last games, 4 of our last 5. And with exception to that one Swansea, we were unbeaten for a good stretch in time. But 4-1-4-1 seems to be working for us right now. But that still doesn't mean we don't have a player selection problem. We have no solid replacement right wing. We have no solid replacement left wing. I'm trading off between Embleton as the backup and Maguire as the starter over here. Hume is a quality left back starter, but I don't really have a good rotational one. And then on top of that, I don't really have a good rotational right back. I have been rotating Callum Connolly. I think I pronounced that right this time. Out as right back. And for both left back and right wing, I've been rotating Konkowski in and out. And he has been solid when asked. And there's that word solid coming back. We have another problem in that a lot of these we have a good selection of defenders, which is great. But we're only using, let's call it 4 defenders if you include the rotation, so 2 per match, right? Our midfield options are lacking. Dylan Magooch, I don't know what's up with this guy. He cannot play a match. Look at these ratings. This is the lowest average rating of 4.6 in a Carabao Cup match. That's the lowest average rating I've seen in any of my saves that any of my teams, period. And his average rating in the Sky Bet's 6.53. Overall, 6.05. And look at his attributes aren't that bad for a midfielder. I don't understand why, aside from he's injury prone, which he hasn't gotten injury, but his fitness is lacking. I just don't understand it. I don't understand it. So there's that. And then on top of that, we have a selection issue with our strikers. This guy, Johnson Clark Harris, is the backup, or should I say rotational striker. And this man literally gets injured every week. And now he's out for a significant period of time. But that's okay, because while he has some ability and he has come in clutch twice, that doesn't make up for the fact that he is subpar everywhere else. Moreo has been doing very well for us in striker position. So, enough blabbing. Oh, one last thing. I'm sorry. I'm looking at my notes over here. Winter transfers. I'm working on trying to get some free loans. But this FM, I'm sure, as you've heard in other content creators, this FM, the teams are less likely to give you a free loan than previous years, which to me makes sense from my player standpoint, but it also is difficult on me as a player, because with a budget issue, I can't bring in people to cover, can't bring in players to cover the left back and the right wing and get in another AMC without hitting budget. And I can't do that because I have no budget. Match coming up in a second. And here we are at the match against Derby County. They're playing a 4-2-3-1. You can see, as I already said, we're playing a 4-1-4-1. And this should be, I fully expect to lose this match, especially with the players I'm trying to run, because we have a very important FA Cup match coming up against Blackburn 4 days from now in game, and I want to save some of my better starters. So basically, come on, guys, and show me what you can do to keep our run going. Come. I will say this. One thing that I am very content with is our goalie. Our goalie has actually proven me wrong in that he was only going to be mediocre. He has come up with some pretty big saves that have kept the draws or held us to wins. So here we go. And actually, you can see Derby played a game just only a couple days ago, and they didn't do much rotating. So they've got some tired players on the field there, especially in their defense. But like I said, I fully expect to lose this match. That was a throw-in for Derby, and that goes out for a corner. Derby putting up a corner. Headed away by the Sunderland defender. And I apologize that some of these guys I'm rotating in and out, I just don't know their names well enough. Part of that's because I'm doing so many other things, I haven't been able to focus 100% on Football Manager, and I apologize for that. Mumba with a random chance from the top of the box, and he scores. What a great shot. Was totally not expecting that. Connolly throws it in directly to Mumba, heads it back to Connolly, who gives it back to Mumba. He's left space, and he just shoots. He kind of dinks it in the bottom left-hand corner. Hey, I'll take it. We're 11 minutes in. Sunderland up is up 1-0. Not entirely sure what our success really could be up to. You know, we do have some players that have some good attributes here and there. And I apologize. You know what? I completely forgot to change this. And I just don't know, as I was saying earlier before we got rudely interrupted by a goal. I don't know the players as well as I should. And that goes for all of the teams here in the championship. So Derby County with a run down the right, a counter, left in the space, centers it, and easily defended by the Sunderland defender there. I think that was Dobson who headed that away. Scannell, who this is his first start in the entire season, heads it, intercepts it, heads it right back to Derby and says, please try again. And Derby tries a shot, and it goes over. So one thing I really like about the 4-1-4-1 that we're playing, and similar to the 4-4-1-1, is that it's not super high energy. My players aren't tired most of the time until the end of the game. And Max Power, I think that was, thrown in a free kick, grabbed by the goalie, who shoots it out, and running down the wing. Oh, gets centered. Stevens was onside. Centers it back to Bird, and back to Shinny, back to Bird, and that's the two DMs passing it back there. Closing down the keeper. So one thing I will say is we are playing a very, very pressing tactic here with this 4-1-4-1. And that's really the only way I think we're surviving, is the fact that we have this pressing mentality. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that we're using a lot of energy, because for whatever reason, my players, like I said, are less tired than other teams are, and Derby gets a corner from that passage of play. But thankfully, it's led to many less injuries from our players, especially from the game time they're getting, because some of our players are playing almost every game. Dobson has been playing, I don't know if he's played every game, but he's certainly played in most of them. Same with Max Power, and same with Rafina Abdallah and my right winger that I'm forgetting the name of at the moment. So Leeds is working on a lot of possession here over the past 10 minutes in game here. But it's not like they're getting quality possession. They're getting into spaces, but they're not doing much with their possession, which is okay. I don't mind if the other team has the ball, as long as they're not able to do much. And it looks like they're also racking up a couple yellow cards here. All right, good tackle. Pass out to Moreo, but it looks like he's in deep. Oh, that's a trip. And Amador is going to get a card here. That's a yellow card for Pedro Amador. Second yellow card of the season. Nice throw in. Moreo heads it back and gives it to Derby and says, no, we don't want that chance right now. We'll take it later. Moreo says, thanks for the ball back. I'm going to dribble in here. Holds it up, passes back, and we miss a great opportunity for a chance on goal. That was poor by the Sunderland offensive line, but Dunn's able to sweep that up and clear it. Moreo saying, hey, thanks for the ball, but I'm offsides. Oy. And this is the way the season's been, is just weird for me. Just very weird for me. Normally, I'm dialing a team in at this point of a season, and, we're going on a run, but I feel like there's just still a lot of uncertainty because I just don't have the players we need. And normally I'm able to bring in, one or two players to feel confident that I'm getting things built to where I need them to be, but I feel as a manager, as an FM manager, I feel very unsettled right now. Oh, that we were very lucky not to concede that goal. That bounced right off the post. All right. Let's turn off, pass into space. And I'm going to have my wingbacks not looking for that overlook. They're on attack. Excuse me, fullbacks. They're on attack, so they're going to be more aggressive. But fullbacks on attack have really been working out, weirdly enough, even though I have some mediocre fullbacks in terms of attributes and talent. So, all right, end of the first half. Derby County has had 67% of the possession, but they've not been able to capitalize on it. They've certainly had quite a few shots on goal, but not on target, which that's all right. But I got to motivate these guys here. So what do we got? All right, so Max Power is not playing up to snuff. Bali Mumba is doing all right. Bali Mumba is a young player, and he is one of these players who's playing well above his attribute level, in my opinion. All right, I've got to motivate these guys. I'm going to say calm. Got to guard against complacency. I'm going to use actually assertive for that. There we go. Seems motivated. There's much more from you all. There's much more from you all. There's much more from you, Moreo. Oh. Well, I really hope Moreo can rest up between now and the Blackburn match, the FA Cup match. And I presume that Derby County is going to come out and snag a goal here in the first 3 minutes of the second half. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I've been wrong thus far in the match. So far, this match has been nothing but a big old Sunderland S house. We are just kind of playing a Jose Mourinho style of we're going to sit back and just let the ball come to us and do what we can. Or actually, you know what? No, because I feel like that is not a good way to describe this. Moreo, oh, man. I'm frankly not sure how this is happening. Moreo has a chance. It bounces off the keeper, who's not able to settle on the ball. And our left winger there, Embleton, I was going to call him Eagleton. Parks and Rec reference there. Embleton comes and swoops it up. 2-0. Sunderland. Still a lot of football to be played here, though. And I'm forgetting what I was saying when I was really interrupted again by a goal. I don't mind that, though. Oh, I was saying, I don't really think this is oh, here we go. Moreo breaks the oh, my goodness. He breaks the line, and the ball bounces off the post/crossbar. How unfortunate for Moreo. Moreo settled in and has been a very, very fantastic member of this team, and that's offside by Connolly. He was offside by, like, half a mile. But it looks like Derby County is kind of affected by this. I don't think they were anticipating going down 2-0 at any point in this match. And certainly, I'm surprised with my own team. So what I was trying to say was I think this is more of a Diego Simeone kind of S-house formation going on here, or at least match in terms of possession. Because frankly, I just don't feel like Mourinho's teams play this defensively. And without intending to, in a way, I've turned Sunderland into a Catenaccio stronghouse here. Then again, full disclosure, I don't think any of my other matches with Sunderland has had this large of a disparity in possession. And you can see the substitutions are starting to happen here. I've brought in Rafinda Abdullah for Max Power. And that's just because Max was getting tired and I need him to play in this Blackburn match. Abdullah, I at least have a rotational person I can play, but Bali is probably going to be tired. We'll have to see how these players do after this match. But so far, what a great match for Sunderland. But there's still yet a lot of football to be played here. And that right there could have been a goal for Derby, but their players did not capitalize. They're playing very narrow with their 4-2-3-1 going here. I presume they'll change to something much more aggressive here in the next 5 or 10 minutes in match. Connolly with a great throw. Dobson. Mumba. Dobson. Playing it back and forth. Just biding for time. And quite the heavy rain coming down here. Mumba has been failing at getting his cross-field passes in quite a few of these matches. So it's something I'm keeping an eye on. I'm not sure why he fails at them so bad. And when I say fail, I mean they get intercepted or they're into space where they get intercepted frequently. Oh, man. Some great cross-field passing and a great center up to Moreo, who heads it, unfortunately, directly to Darby's keeper. That's all right. It looks like Darby is trying to get a hold of the ball here and get back in control of this match. What can I say? Darby with a shot from long directly to McLaughlin, which is okay with me. Let's take a look at some of these ratings here while this is going on. Moreo, meanwhile, gets a ball from McLaughlin, and team is not doing half bad. Maybe this is just something about the championship and the way, you know, championship is a very, very competitive league. And because I would assume, I guess, because of the transient nature of the teams getting promoted, getting demoted, you know, you just never know what you're going to get. And it looks like Derby is just not able to produce here. And I'm fairly certain that Derby lost Marco Bielsa. Oh, there's a goal. Chuba Akpom gets third goal of the season from across from Bird and off the head. And that has been the way we've conceded many a goal this season, is off across, and nobody's been covering. And most of the time, it's when I have somebody rotated into the defense. So that could just really be accounted for people not getting enough game time, I guess. And I'm surprised that it looks like, or at least as far as we can tell, Derby haven't... Oh, he's offsides. Derby haven't... Oh, is that Benteke? Christian Benteke is at Derby? Oh, that's interesting. So I'm remiss that the AI hasn't changed to something much more aggressive to try and squeak out some more goals here. Maybe they've got a very conservative manager in place. If they don't change at like the 85th minute or the 86th minute into something, or 86th or 87th, I guess is how you would actually say that, then something weird's going on. There we go. Very attacking 4-4-2. Not entirely sure how it's very attacking, but maybe that's just something they have up their sleeves. 2 strikers, I guess, compared to 1 is very attacking. Oh, Moreo was like way offside there. Not to mention that pass was poor. Benteke was offside. Great shot, though, from Benteke. To be expected. Benteke at this level should be dominating. Free kick. And it looks like we're going to get a corner. All right. Eat up more time, gents. Eat up more time. Let's get this 3 points. Abdallah with the corner. Swinging it in. Headed away by Derby defender. Back to Abdallah, who makes a run in and bounces it out for another corner. All right. Eat up more time, guys. Looks like it's going to be 4 minutes of stoppage. Abdallah putting up the corner again. Another clear by a Derby. Oh, interesting. Abdallah is able to sneak that back in and force the save from the Derby keeper. Hume, fresh on the pitch, intercepts that ball. Moreo picks up the ball, the long ball, and a nice pass into space to Mumba, who puts it out to a 9, who gives it directly to Derby's keeper. And I think 09 is going to be offside. No, wrong. but just eating up more clock. I'm liking this. I'm liking this. 09 says, here you go, keeper. He probably made eye contact and was like, hey, I'll get you the ball. Great stop from Mumba there. We are able to force a turnover and get the ball back. Pennington. And that's, come on, guys, really? That you don't need to do that. I feel like, thankfully that's not somebody who has a good long shot attribute, because that went into the seats. Mumba, Scannell. 09 is making a run up the wing there. There we go. Forces another corner. We've got 20 seconds for 3 more points. This would be amazing. This would be unexpected. Uh-oh. Is this the last counter from Darby? 09 intercepts easily. Back to McLaughlin. Ooh, troubling ball back to 09. And there's the end of the match. Yes! 3 points. I really was not expecting this. Oh, my goodness. So, 3 points and 39% possession compared to 61%. 18 shots to 9. We really should have lost this match. Holy cow. But you know what? I'll take that all day long, folks. And you know what? I will say that. People had written us off. I wrote us off. I'm not going to tell them that, but I wrote us off. And we've got one player in Bali Mumba who says, who should get a you did well out there. Ending the team talk and rolling out. Well, what a crazy match. I really was not expecting to win that at all. And that gives us 3-goal differential on Leeds. Now, who is Leeds playing? Let's take a look here. Leeds is playing Stoke, who's 21st. Okay, so they might rack up quite a few goals, and we might be out of playoffs on goal differential here. And no, we still have a point over Reading if they win, and a point over Burnley if they win. So, all right. We're kind of asserting ourselves here in the competition up, let's say, from not necessarily first, but let's say 5th to 9th is a second chunk there. But we held, Derby County lost first place there because Fulham got a point on them. All right, so Fulham drew, or no, maybe Fulham won. I don't remember what they were before. But anyway, that's enough for this episode. Sorry it took me so long to get to this one. Hopefully it doesn't take me as long to get to the next one, but thanks everybody for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you. If you don't know, I'm on Twitter at @the_Ahab. Check out there for content announcements, and also please check out my Twitch. I don't really stream Football Manager because I'm not great at doing live Football Manager, but I've got other great content on there. I've just passed 100 followers and 100 subs, so I think I'm doing some right things there. Please give me a check there. It's Twitch. @the_Ahab as well. Thanks everybody for checking me out. Hope to see you again next time. Take care of yourselves and your loved ones. Bye-bye.